Learning about horses and having some fun, wearing our boots. Woo-hoo! We're ready to go. How about you guys? All right, we're going to start with, nope, not that one. Committee reports. Here we go. Part one.
Susan Burkett is first. Here she is. Susan wants you to send your hours to her, please. Her email is in the notes at the bottom of the video. Everything counts, guys. Remember, babysitting, church hours, volunteer hours, anything you can think of. Go back to even before COVID started, if you can remember that far. Well, we will not have a meeting to collect hours, so sending them to her by email, by phone, by text is the only way she's going to be able to get that report, okay? Our unit has always been one of the highest volunteer hours in the district. So get those hours to her. Is that good, Susan? Yeah, she said get the hours to her. Second, we have Debbie Owen from the book project. Debbie has a special heartfelt message to send to all of us. So I'm going to read it directly from Debbie. Here we go. As a retired librarian, life during this odd quarantine-filled year has had me thinking about those kids who haven't had their usual access to books. So many of the middle school students I taught did not have books in their homes. If it hadn't been for school, they may never had books at all to read. I can't imagine being confined to our homes for long periods of time with no reading materials. Can you? That's why the TRTA book project is so important. This is our way to put books in the hands and homes of our area children. I would love for you to join us in the book project by either donating new or gently loved books, or by donating money to FARSP and marking it specifically for the book project. If you have any books you'd like to donate, please contact Debbie at dowen68@gmail.com or 972-965-7468, and that will be at the bottom of the video when it's over. I will pick up the books and take care of the necessary COVID safety measures. Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Deb. And the last one that we have is from Mercy. And remember, Mercy's our Informative and Protective Services Chairman. And she has some important information about the absentee ballots. Listen carefully. She said if you have requested an absentee ballot or a vote by mail ballot and you have received it, but then you decide to go vote in person, you have to take that absentee ballot with you when you go to vote in person. You have to take the envelope and the ballot with you. You're going to surrender your ballot to the election clerk in the polling place where you're going to vote at, and then you will be able to vote in person. So remember, you have to take the envelope and the ballot with you if you change your mind and want to vote in person. Thank you. Thanks, Mercy.
All right, and part two of committee reports. Woo!
Lynn Kane, our benefits chairman, wants us to know about MASA, Medical Air Services Association. This is insurance that covers helicopter transport if you need it and includes several benefits, a few of which are ground ambulance, helicopter ambulance, minor children, grandchildren, spouse companion return. Emergency ground and air transportation can cost thousands of dollars and is often not covered by traditional health insurance. MASA provides coverage while you're at home or when you're traveling worldwide. The MASA plan endorsed by TRTA can help prevent high dollar expenses. This is something that Natalie tells us about if we were in person, every fall, and it's extremely important. Information for enrollment is in the notes under the video. Thank you, Lynn. Sandy Carlisle with our legislative update.
Hi, Sandy.
Says, get ready to early vote. Just 1 week, that's 7 days until you can vote early. Plan your visit to the polls. October 13th through 30th is the early voting window. And Sandy just sent us a couple of emails with much more detailed legislative information. Get on your internet and find those emails. It's great info. Thank you so much, Sandy. Carol Babineau, our historian, requests that you send in any brags or news you would like included in the newsletter. Brags are free now since we're virtual, so brag away, friends. Brag away! October 20th is the deadline for your personal exciting news to make it into the November newsletter. Thanks, Carol, as always, for doing such a stellar job on the newsletter.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
All right, it is now time for Miss Vicki, our health and living chair, to lead us in some exercises. Woo-hoo!
All right. Last time we sat down, so today we're standing up.
All right.
These are going to be balance exercises. Just a few of them, won't take you long at all. The suggestion is like go in your kitchen and use your kitchen countertop as a balance for you, but I'm going to use this little bench right here beside me, okay? And the first one for balance exercise is called single limb stance, talking about your leg, okay? So you're going to stand with your feet together, your hands at your side, and you're just going to lift one leg at a time, okay? You're just going to slowly lift it and lift it out front to you. Miss Carol.
Oh,
you look,
I'm sorry. I was trying to do a flamingo.
Try, your goal is to leave it out there for 1 minute. But
Wow.
it might be impossible, so this is where your kitchen counter comes in handy, okay?
Or your neighbor.
Yeah, I got your kitchen counter.
And then you put that one down and you switch and you try your left one for 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm backwards.
The kitchen counter.
Now I have no balance at all, so this isn't going to work very well, okay? But that's your goal to do that. Do it 3 times with each leg and for 1 minute. Now that may take a while, okay? The second exercise is called staggered stance, okay? Once again, you're going to stand with your feet together and you're going to pretend you've got a tightrope or you could do a painter's tape across in a straight line. And you can use your hands however you want to, but you're going to put one foot in front of the other, okay? And you're going to pretend you're walking on a tightrope. Get it to where you feel comfortable. You want to stay in this stance about 10 seconds if you can. And then you're going to lift the back leg and put it in front. Now, once again, if you're in your kitchen, you can hold on to your kitchen countertop, okay? Not going backwards yet, girls.
Oh, sorry.
And then we're just going to put the other one in
I was
front.
running out of room.
We're just going to do that, okay? So your goal to do that is you're going to try to do that at least 10 steps. If you really feel good about that, then you can try to do backwards.
Thank you.
Okay. And the last one's called a single limb arm lift, okay? So this is kind of the same thing. Start with 2 feet together, hands on your side. You're going to lift your right arm, and then you're going to lift your right leg. Okay? And try to hold that for 10 seconds. Okay? And when you've mastered that, you're going to raise your left leg.
I'm still going.
Oh, your left
not
arm.
more.
And hold that for 10 seconds. Okay? All of these are working on your core, okay? And they're trying to make your balance, the center of your gravity over your ankles. Okay, you're trying to keep it back. That's it.
Yay!
Give it a try.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Almost sat on you, Mercy.
Oh, Mercy. Sorry.
Okay. Now, it's going to be so exciting. Oh, here comes our program, and here we are with all these precious horses. That was the introduction we needed. All right, Miss Rhonda, tell us what we're fixing to experience.
Okay, partners, get ready to get horsey with Maingate. You will be amazed and encouraged by the program and enchanted by the horses, as we already were this morning because we got to tour class and tour the grounds. Thank you to one of our special members, Miss Donna Cooley, and Maingate for welcoming us into their home and sharing their magic with us. I think you'll really enjoy this. It's very touching and brought tears to our eyes when we watched it, and you'll see what an amazing program it is. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Sarah Dobbins, and I'm the Program Director of Maingate Therapeutic Horsemanship, a nonprofit in McKinney. Maingate was founded in 2007 by Bill and Chris Darling, and we held our first classes in the spring of 2008. We offer therapeutic horseback riding lessons to children and adults with disabilities and veterans. Our mission statement: at Maingate Therapeutic Horsemanship, children and adults move beyond their boundaries through the healing power of the horse and the dedication of a professional and caring community. And our professional and caring community is our volunteers, people like yourselves. It takes about 280 to 300 volunteers per week to run our lesson program, keep our horses fed and clean, and do general property maintenance. In order to become a volunteer at Maingate, the first step is to complete a volunteer application. This application can be found on our website and takes about 5 minutes to complete. After this, you'll receive online training information and an invitation to our hands-on training. At Maingate, we currently have about 145 riders that we serve on a weekly basis. We have a herd of 27 horses that are our therapy horses that help with that. Our horses come from all different places. Some of them are reiners, some of them are failed race horses. We have some minis, we have some cow ponies, we have horses from all different walks of life. The age range of our riders is 5 until, well, the sky's the limit. Our oldest rider right now is in their 60s. We have several different opportunities for our volunteers. You can be a sidewalker in lessons with our riders. This means that you walk alongside our riders during their lesson for about 45 minutes. If you already have equine experience, you can go through our horse leader training and horse lead for us. This means that you would collect the horse from the pasture or the barn prior to class, groom the horse, get the horse saddled up and ready to go, and then depending on the independence level of our riders, you would either lead the horse in class or be a spotter, just helping the instructor out. Other volunteer opportunities we have is to help in our barn. We have 27 horses in a 10-stall barn, so we need help with our feedings morning and evening. Usually there's a crew of about 4 to 5 people helping to scoop poop, fill water buckets, and move horses around the property. It's pretty fun.
Hi, I'm Donna Coley. I am a retired teacher from Frisco Independent School District. Fate brought me to Texas in 2001, and I was hired at Frisco High School when there was only Frisco High School. That was it. When Lone Star opened, I was able to experience the joy of opening a new building. And I retired in 2016. And when I retired after summer school in 2016, my very first stop was Maingate. I had driven past it, going to church every Sunday and whatever, but I had driven past it so many times and saying to myself, I have got to get in there. I've got to go in there. And so when I retired, I came to Maingate, and now they can't get rid of me. I love it here. We get to take care of horses. We get to help folks out. But the one thing I guess I appreciate most about Maingate is very simply, you take away the awesome people and the wonderful horses and you've got a lot of dirt. It's a great facility, yes, but what makes it so special are the people you get to work with, the people that run this zoo, and the joy of working outdoors and working with the different horses. This is my friend Sandy. We work together on Mondays.
And it is so fun. I have to say, I'm a physical therapist. My name is Sandy Arendt, and I was a horse lover from little girl on, but I grew up in a place where I really could not ride, and my parents didn't have enough money for lessons, and so I had to be content with reading Misty of Chincoteague and Billy and Blaze and the Black Stallion and all those good books, and periodically go for a trail ride. So as I kind of put that side of myself on the shelf, and as I went through life, I kept having that in the back of my head, oh, I'd love to do something with horses someday. So when my children were grown and out of the house, and I had moved into part-time work, my husband said, you need to get back into doing something with horses. And I heard about Maingate and being such a wonderful place. And I went through volunteer training, and it is one of the best things I've ever done. I love my work as a physical therapist, but I've had jobs where I had the Sunday dreads, where I really did not look forward to Monday. And now I work on Monday mornings here, early morning, and Sunday is like the day where I can't wait. My anticipation is there instead of that dread. And I tell you, there's nothing like getting up early. I'm a morning person. I get up early in the morning, it's dark, watching the sun, watching the dawn kind of move the darkness out of the sky, sunrise. And seeing these beautiful horses in the field and actually being part of that is just like a dream come true for me. And then working with the students as well as the horses and people like Donna, Sarah, and Joe, and all the other staff, it couldn't be a better experience for me.
When it comes time to take care of the pastures, we put hay out in the pastures, and we check all the water troughs to make sure that there's a clean supply of water and some hay for them. The horses like to eat the grass, but they really do enjoy this, and this is probably the most fun we have in the mornings, is to take the hay out to the various pastures, because some of the horses will chase us. They all love to eat out of the back, and they're just a lot of fun to play with while we do it.
One reason Maygate's such a nice place to be a volunteer is that the volunteer training is just excellent. If you have no experience, that is okay.
Usually people either are sidewalkers or horse leaders. And to be a horse leader, you're the person in charge of getting the horse ready for the lesson, grooming them, attacking them up, and there's always people that can show you how to do that as well. As a sidewalker, you're the person that stands next to the rider while they're riding. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two, sometimes you stand back if they're a more independent rider, but you're there just to provide moral support, a little physical support as needed, and a chance for everyone to socialize. It's just a great chance to get to know them, to have them tell you about their life a little bit. It's just such a nice group of people, a lot of camaraderie, and I couldn't ask for a better place to volunteer.
This is George. One day George was giving a young 5-year-old little girl her very first pony ride. She's nonverbal. She communicates with sign language. And she noticed that the other rider was trotting. And she kept looking and looking, and finally the instructor asked her if she wanted to trot. She nodded yes. When we started trotting with George, she started laughing from her toes and doing this. More. Mother was just bawling because her daughter was having the best time ever with good old George. Thank you, George.
I remember one of my very first students that I was a sidewalker in, the class I was a sidewalker in, was probably on the autism spectrum. He was about a 10-year-old boy, very, very nervous about being in class and doing this new activity. Was nonverbal also, a lot of extraneous movement. So the class went on, and somehow during the class he became a little bit more calm. He loved the rhythm of the horse, the warmth of the horse, the kindness of the riding instructors, just the overall environment. So the first lesson went pretty close for his second lesson, and that lesson went okay too. By the end of the lesson, the riding instructor was giving him instructions to dismount from the horse, and he was going through all that, and he gets down, and part of the job as a sidewalker is to help them get back to their parent at the end of the session. And so he gets down from the horse, his feet are on the ground, he takes a step, and he stops, he turns back and looks at that horse straight in the face and gives that horse a big hug. And I didn't really understand the magnitude of that whole situation at the time until I walked out and met his mom, and it was a very similar situation. His mom was just incredulous, and she said he has never voluntarily hugged anyone or anything before. It was really one of those times where you think, oh my gosh, what a privilege to be a witness to something like that, and things like that happen here all the time.
People ask me why I do this, and the answer is very simple. First of all, I love the work. I absolutely love coming out here in the morning before dawn, walking out to the pasture in total darkness, and as you're leading a horse back, you can watch the sun just pop over the horizon and illuminate the whole sky. We've seen some magnificent sunrises out here in the morning. I love taking care of the horses. I love getting to know them. But I guess the main reason is the overall mission. If what I do to help take care of a horse will enable a child, a disabled child, a disabled veteran who has served our country, to help them come out here and experience the joy of riding a horse. If I can see that one young man who's never taken steps on his own feet, but he can get on a horse and run across the arena, you don't get paychecks like that. It's just a miracle in progress, and you are blessed because you get to witness every second of it. Why do I do it? It just fills my heart with complete and utter joy. Come join us.
We hope you enjoyed the visit with Main Gate. They're right down our street and they're right in our neighborhood. They're so close. You should visit them, and I'm sure they would love to take you on a tour, or even nibble on your ear.
They're quite friendly.
All right, they are. Right, so that one tried to bite me. All right, the next thing we're going to do is birthdays. Woohoo! Miss Rhonda.
But first, a little preview of next month. Next month, we have our Four Corners Craft Zania
Yes.
with our own people doing crafts that they will show you how to do at home, since we're not going to be together again. Thanks. Okay, here's our October birthdays. Do I do the dates?
Oh, don't do the dates because that's the wrong here. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Doug Zambezi, Susan Burkett, Julia Stelzer, Sylvia Bradshaw, Rhonda Jackson, Terry Silver, Rhoda Christie, Kim Dries, Suzanne Gilbert, Jacqueline Grimm, Sharon Dungan, Ginger Matthews, Trudy Moser, Teresa Laval, Diana Rhodes, Sue Ellen Mooney, Judy Smith, Donna Self, Tricia Phillips, Harriet Sweat, Terry Pittman, and Nolita Johnson. Happy birthday, October girls.
All right,
Hey, guys.
we're going to sing this now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Now it's time for the riffle. Oh, did it go?
I give you a quarter to do that again.
Okay. All right, Miss Vicky, hit it.
I can't top that. But the first raffle prize is a mini scented wax warmer, and you get 2 cents to go with that. If you already have 2 cents, now you've got 4. Okay, the first one goes to. Let's see. I'll stuck together. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
First one goes to Teresa Hambrick.
Congratulations,
Teresa.
All right.
We'll
Cheers
be
to
getting this
Teresa.
to you soon. Our second raffle is, thank you, is a popcorn maker. And it's very lightweight. You'll love it. Okay. This one goes to, let's see. If you get this. Oh, okay.
Got it.
All right. This one goes to Terry Myers. Congratulations, Terry.
Terry's one of our
Yeah,
new members
Terry,
to
yeah.
Oscars. Woo! Way to go, Terry. All right. So, I guess that's all. Kind of disappointing that we're done with the horses, but you cannot be. Be sure to come out and visit Main Gate and let them nibble on your shoulder. Like him. We hope you all have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining us. We miss you a lot.
Yes, hope to see you soon.
So hopefully in January we'll all be back together again. All right, hugs and elbow bumps. See ya. Bye.
Bye.